The Super Bowl's that weekend.
Super Bowl weekend, we got UFC 169, the first fight.
And a guy tweeted me, and I could look it up, but I'm too lazy. He's like, the UFC doesn't even look exciting this year. I'm like, hold on, it's January. And 2, did you look at the Super Bowl card?
The Super Bowl card is fucking nasty.
That's a pretty good card for this early in the year.
But I will say this. To me, the Super Bowl card
could be better.
Yeah, because what was the Super Bowl? You keep talking to people. I'm going to go back to last year's Super Bowl.
Anyway, the Super Bowl card is going to be on the Saturday before the Super Bowl, obviously. Mm-hmm. It's over in New Jersey, which is, honestly, Jersey's going to be crazy because the Super Bowl's
Dirty Jersey.
Year, and then you're going to have this card. It's got strong name power, but I'd say the first 2 fights on the card kind of lack the name power you would expect. I would expect more of like a UFC 100. Like, they should make this their Super Bowl type event.
Right.
Like, they should make, like, I think the UFC should maybe pick either the halfway point in the middle of the year.
Excuse me.
NFL has a Super Bowl.
Right.
Baseball has the World Series. NBA has their championship. Hell, NASCAR even has the Daytona 500, which they run at the beginning of their season, which, I don't know, that's a little weird. I think the UFC needs one of those culminating events.
Right.
And they need to call it something. Either put it in the middle of the year, put it at the end of the year, or the first of the year.
Right.
But have it a culmination of something where you try to get, like, maybe every fight on that night is a title fight. That'd be crazy.
Right.
Like, you could throw the women in there now. You have, multiple weight classes. You could really hype this event, and it would be nuts.
Last year's Super Bowl
name
card
power. Look at the name power.
Had Jose Aldo going up against Frankie Edgar.
Mm-hmm.
It had Nog going up against Rashad Evans,
which was a great fight.
It had Bigfoot Silva going up against Overeem.
It
had Damian Maia and John Fitch. And then it had Benavidez going up against Ian McCall.
Yeah, and I remember that one because I loved what Damian Maia did in that bout, and a lot of people didn't because it was Damian Maia just destroyed him on the ground.
Right.
That's who's cut weight and done really well.
That's it.
He's down to 170.
He's down to 170.
Yeah.
That's who it was.
But didn't he just get wrecked in his last fight after we said that? I'm not sure.
But go ahead and... Anyway, where did you leave off, George?
I hadn't touched the card yet. I was just talking about how I think they should, how the UFC should come up with some kind of a culminating named event. Mm-hmm. And instead of getting away from UFC 170, 180, I understand he's got a good thing in there, but why not call it, I don't know, UFC Worlds 1? Or just, I don't know, some kind of catchy name like the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, like something like that. Because I tell you what, they did it right by putting it in Jersey. I mean, they're right where, obviously the Super Bowl is going to be held in the Meadowlands. So
Damian Maia lost to Jake Shields in a decision. Yeah.
But let's start out with the card. You got a lightweight fight between Jamie Varner and Abel Trjillo. And, this is one thing where you could lean and say, okay, Jamie Varner, everybody knows who Jamie Varner is. I'm not going to go with Jamie Varner because of his name recognition. I'm going to just go with Jamie Varner because I think he's the better fighter in this fight. I think this other guy's a little green, especially when you come to the big stage with the UFC. And I just think Varner's pretty well-rounded, and I think he's just going to get the best of him.
Yeah, if you look at Trujillo's last couple fights, he's been in the UFC. He's had 4 fights.
Yeah, one's been a no contest, one's been a loss.
Yeah.
And he's had...
I'm going to go with Jamie Varner because he's the vet. I think just because of his ring prowess and how long he's been doing this, I think he's going to get the better of this kid. Even though, I mean, look, Jamie Varner does not look good in his last 3 fights. He's 1-2. He's lost to Joe Lawazin and Gleison Tibau. And he beat Melvin Gillard, which he's a lot right now.
Yeah.
But he did beat Edson Barboza before that, who, at the time was really tearing people up. So, you know what? I backtrack. I'm going with Trujillo for their win.
You are?
Yep.
I'm going now. The next fight is a flyweight, or as I would say, flightweight fight between John Lineker and fucking Ali Baba, which I call him, which probably he doesn't like, but Ali Bagatinov. I think that it's a Russian name.
I'm going with him for the win.
I'm definitely going to go with Ali because he has looked super impressive. I mean, in the flyweight class, he's been one of the most impressive fighters as of late. This guy's been getting it done, finishing fights, knocking people out.
How about because the dude hasn't lost since 2011?
Yeah, he hasn't lost in almost 3 years, and he's finishing people. Like, look at it, look at that. Go back to that. Look at the shit he's done. I mean,
he's gone full retard.
He's gone full retard.
Great movie, by the way.
One of the best. Okay, what did he do? Decision, TKO, submission, guillotine. I mean, 3 of his last 4 fights he's finished by TKO.
Oh, this is about to be another.
So, now, speaking of TKO, both of these guys have a chance of being TKO'd out of UFC if they don't get a win. I really feel that.
Well, we do know one thing. They will both be on TRT.
Yeah. Heavyweight fight between Alistair Overeem and Frank Mir. Both guys who are known for taking gear. I don't know.
Well, Frank Mir as of late.
Yeah, I mean, Frank Mir's been clean.
Frank Mir doesn't have the checkered. He does not have the checkered past that Alistair Overeem does.
Yeah.
A horse meat McGillicuddy. Come on now.
Alistair Overeem, in my opinion,
it's two different fighters.
He really is.
He is so.
When he is on shit. He is. I mean, I thought Vitor is crazy difference, but Overeem might be first place with that shit. It is such an extreme. It's like Two-Face.
You know what I would love to see?
Fighting Batman.
Get Overeem and fucking Vitor injector and get those two. I couldn't come up with something catchy. I know I struck out. Get Vitor and Overeem to fight each other. I don't give a shit that they're in separate weight classes. Get them juiced up to the gills. It would be like literally a dog fight.
Yeah,
you get them all fucking hyped up, smack them in the back of the head, and let the leash go.
I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here. I don't think any one of them are going to be on gear. I don't know what New Jersey's rules are.
Dude, they're both going to be on. They both got their medical exemptions. Come on now.
You
think Jersey gives a shit?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. If they're both on gear, I got to go with Overeem. He's just too lengthy for Frank Mir. I think, he'll knock him out.
These guys are 0 together. They have a combined record of 0-5 in their last 5 fights. Neither one of them has won a fight.
No, they've been struggling, both of them. So, I mean, you got two big names. You got two guys that definitely both have knockout power. If it goes to the ground, I'm definitely going to go with Mir. I think he'll just...
Overeem's going to knock him out.
Yeah, but I think Overeem will knock him out.
And then Mir's going to be...
Dunsky.
Yeah. Put it this way. I would not be surprised. Well, but that's just it. The heavyweight class, in all honesty, is not as deep as some of these other classes.
No, it's not.
And, but see, I don't know if either one of these have the name power.
Yeah.
Like, they're in the middle of this card for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, neither one of these guys can headline a card anymore. They could. There was a time where Frank Mir and Alistair Overeem, if they were the headliners on a card, you'd be like, oh my God!
Yeah, we'd be fucking jerking our dicks. Can't wait to that shit.
And now I'm just like, eh.
Well. They're starting to fade away, and it's taking nothing away from their greatness.
No.
But it's just the sport evolves, and George and I constantly touch on that. This sport is constantly evolving and evolving quickly, and if you're out of it a year, or if you haven't kept up with shit, or fucking change your training methods, you will become a dinosaur.
In other words, up your dosage.
Yes. Now, featherweight fight. Ricardo Lamas, Lorenzo Lamas' cousin. Yep. No, I don't know if that's true, but who gives a shit? He's going to be fighting Jose Aldo. I'm going to say two words. Forget about it.
That's if Aldo can make weight.
I just don't see. Aldo is just nasty. I don't see what this guy, and...
Well, here's my question. Is this going to be Aldo's last fight at 145? Because he is struggling to make this weight.
Yeah.
He's struggling to make weight.
He might struggle, and he might have to end up giving up some of his money if he can't make weight. But,
well, what happens to that belt? This is for the title.
Yeah. I think the guy's still going to take that. I mean, doesn't it in a title fight, if he doesn't make weight, he has to give up a certain amount of his purse?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I don't think anybody... I know I would never want a belt by default for someone not making weight. I don't think that's how it works.
You wouldn't take it?
No.
Let me explain something to you. George would have a stipulation in his contract that said if he was the champ, he would have an elevator clause in his salary. Mm-hmm. Now, Tyrone... I can understand why you wouldn't have that because, that's another stereotype reading.
You're so fucked up. Okay, so go ahead.
So, yeah, you want to give me the belt by default? I'll take it.
See, and they say black folks don't work for shit. This motherfucker don't want to work for the belt. He just wants to take that shit by default. Oh, you didn't make weight? Thank you.
Exactly. And you want to know why? Because I got that elevator clause in my contract that just elevated my salary by double.
Right, exactly. Now, with that being said, I got Jose Aldo for the win. I just, Ricardo Lamas is a good fighter, but...
Is he?
But, I mean,
He's a hell of a wrestler, dude.
Yeah, he's a great wrestler. But
and I'm going to tell you what, you shoot in on Aldo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Urijah Faber, hell of a wrestler. Chad Mendez, hell of a wrestler. I mean, you're talking about guys that are phenomenal wrestlers, and none of them could get it done.
Were they D3 champs?
He's the D3 champ. Yeah. Aldo for the win. FTW in the second round. Next fight. Bantamweight fight.
Fuck the world?
Huh?
FTW. Fuck the world?
For the win.
Oh, I say fuck the world.
Come on.
Might be easy.
Where's your swag, motherfucker? Renan Barao is going to be fighting Urijah Faber. We all know that...
Can we just... Are we done now? Do we even need to?
We don't really have to go into this, guys. Urijah, if you're watching this video, I know you're probably like, hey, fuck you too. But we know, until you prove us wrong, every time somebody puts a belt on... We've even told your opponents
Just come to the ring
with
with
the shit out of. They didn't take our advice. We told you, motherfuckers, when Urijah fucked your ass up, we told you guys, get a fucking fake belt, put that shit on, and you'll beat him. For some miraculous reason, he'll break a pinky toe or something, or fucking do a leg kick and end up pulling a Silva. Something will happen where he won't win the belt. Unfortunately for Urijah, he's fighting for a belt once again. We hope he proves us wrong.
You know what? It would be awesome. It would be awesome
because he's a great fighter.
But you also have a problem because July 21st, 2012, Renan Barao destroyed you.
Yeah, he really did. And Renan Barao is like the next breed of MMA fighter, man. He is fucking full of fucking energy. He's well fucking rounded. He's got an engine. He can hit.
And looks batshit crazy.
And he looks crazy.
Yeah, he looks like a bat.
And we mean that in the nicest way.
I would not
fuck with you. If you ever see us on the street or at a UFC event, don't
You're
fuck us
5'6". You're like Kevin's size, so I got like an inch on you. But
he would just fuck your kneecaps up. Gone. Your ACLs would be popping and shit.
Yeah.
Like.
He's been fighting since 2005, and he has 33 fights.
Oh shit! Pass the move, short. You don't know anything about that. Another thing white people can't do. Pop. Anyway,
who do you have? Hips. 3 inches of fleshy steel.
Tear
up. Right at you, son.
Oh, sure. I'm right. All right, baby, hold on. Give me another 5 minutes. Go in the kitchen. My buddy used to be like that. Yeah, give me another 5 minutes, baby. I'm going to go in the fucking kitchen, eat some tuna fish. I'm like, why do you eat tuna fish? He's like, that gets me to go. That's my go juice. I go, tuna fish?
All up in her face with a hot ass tuna,
like, do you want to roll back up in the bedroom with some fucking hot tuna, bro? Get a new system. Anyway, Renan Barao,
it doesn't matter. Standing on the ground. I mean, obviously Faber's going to set up his shot. He's going to try to land his shot. Good luck.
Yeah. The last time they fought, how did it end?
Decision.
It was a decision, and I see it going probably the distance again. The one thing I can say for Urijah Faber, if he really trains his ass off in his crazy condition, maybe he can slow him down and get the later rounds, you know, and win a decision or win a split decision. But I think that's the only way he's going to beat him. Is just trying to dominate him with conditioning and just overwhelm him.
This isn't the one where Faber got his leg completely kicked off, is it?
No, that was when he fought Aldo.
Was it? Aldo just destroyed his leg?
I mean, you got to think, Renan Barao and Aldo are a little bit different in height. I mean, I think they're 2 inches difference in height.
Okay.
Aldo's tall and can throw those long leg kicks. Which me being a fucking MMA fighter now, after seeing what happened to Anderson. You're an MMA
fighter now?
No, I've never been.
I thought you said me being an MMA fighter now.
I mean, if I was an MMA fighter right now, I would fucking
killing people in that wheelchair.
Yeah, I would be. Because that's what I'd be in after the first fight. But just fucking seeing Anderson Silva's legs, oh my god.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap it the fuck up. Thank you guys 6 times.
And by the way, real quick at the end, look, I'm a big Anderson fan, but everyone in your camp to come out and say those losses against Weidman were lucky, let's be quiet.
People practice checking leg kicks for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not saying that shit was planned, but that is honestly one of the results that going into it it's a possibility. And the kid learned. Yeah. He was getting his fucking leg kicked off in the first fight. He's like, I better check those.
And he checked them. And that's what broke his leg.
Right. So I don't think that's a lucky win. I think that's somebody who's learning his craft and realizing this hurt. I'm done. So that's not luck.
And that's the way that Anderson knew he had to beat Weidman. I mean, as much as Anderson Silva's my favorite fighter.
And I always want to see Anderson get the breaks.
Yeah. But not that kind of break.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see that break either. Anyway, we're out of here. Later.